broadcast so far, the course is really showing its teeth today. Well, that is absolutely for sure. It's showing its teeth. We've seen just about everything today. Let's head back out to the course with Rob.
Rob McIntyre, front right of this 13th green, stepping up now to play a tricky little pitch here up this 13th green. So many Bob McIntyre fans here, and here it comes, and it releases, and it's just beyond the flag, and it's 4 feet now for McIntyre. You've already seen Fleetwood just about losing out of the back of the range on Ryan. Still has work to do as well, eh, Bob?
Yes, it does. Fleetwood's gone through the back of the screen into a big swale. The only positive that he has is he's actually back into the wind, and he does have some green to work. The pin's not like hard at the back, so it's not zero green to work with. It's kind of in the middle. He's got to get it up onto the green. He'll have about 20 feet or so of flattish putting surface before it gets to the hole.
It's weird with Kelly behind us.
Nicely.
Car is so low, it feels like she's
exactly a little
run into
short. He's going to have about 8 feet to try and save his car and remain 8 over for the championship. So he really needs to knock that one in and have a strong finish to try and make the weekend. Ram, though, 2 over for the championship, has hit a good wedge shot in here to about 20 feet long left of the pit. I do feel this green's really difficult to putt because it's so exposed. There's nothing, there's no grandstand or anything on the upwind side of the screen to protect it in any way. It's totally exposed to whatever wind there is there. Definitely going to affect the turn on nearly any putt. This one looks slightly right to left, and with the wind off the right, it's probably going to turn another hole or so of break potentially with this strongish wind across it. One last little look, taking his stance now. Come on now. Oh no, not quite for him there, but looks like he'll make a comfortable 4. So we've got tough par saving putts from McIntyre from about 6 feet to remain at 7 over for the championship, and Fleetwood from about 10 feet to remain at 8 over. Ram is in safely for his 4, so he'll head to the par 3 14th tee at 2 over. He's a little unhappy with that putt. He's coming off the green, shrugging his shoulders a little bit now into his caddy. Come on, Fleetwood. He's in. Over and down, it's a bluish line to round, so he might have a little bit of help. No, he didn't make it straight away. I think he pulled that a little bit unfortunately, so he can drop back to 9 over, which is starting to get too far if the code does move back to +5. What do you think of this one for McIntyre, Dave?
Well, as you said, 6 feet for his part. What I do think is it's not quite must make, but it's not Bob McIntyre is
There's a slowdown ahead.
desperate to play the weekend because it's here and because it's him, but also because you never know what might happen with his capability, with his scoring ability. He can still make something special. He's got to get there because he's probably got to find at least one shot on these closing holes. What he can't do is drop back to 8 over, so McIntyre is over it now. Goodness, it feels exposed on this 13th green. He rolls the putt forward and he holds it. The crowd absolutely love that. McIntyre is battling and fighting. He's 7 over. He needs to find at least a shot from somewhere, but he saves there.
Yeah, really good to see him really trying hard to be here for tomorrow. I mean, it'd be great for the Scottish crowd too.
Yeah, that's right. And like we've been saying, that the 16th and the 18th are the easiest 2 holes statistically on the golf course, so chances to come.
A lot of wayward shots. We haven't seen too many putts drop of late. We saw Max Homa just before. Fred, what did you make of him?
I was deep into the course.
what a nasty bush that is. We don't have those in the United States. People don't grow those in their yard, do they? That just looks like a big sticky weed, like a Texas tumbleweed.
Yeah, you don't want to go in there. You don't want to go in there, and it's you have no chance of finding any ball there. But the secret is to avoid them, of course. Shambo at 13.
And Bryson DeChambeau going off this tee with a 3-wood. This is fading out to the right-hand side. Now he just kept some of the wispy rough over there on that right-hand side. Bryson DeChambeau playing the 13th hole, 473 yards.
It is very, very difficult. The wind may have died down very slightly, but the players still finding an awful lot of trouble in various parts of the course. It's not just one hole. It's all over the place. And the leaderboard has not changed at all. Shane Lowry still leading away by 2. And Daniel Brown, what a fabulous couple of days he's had. Justin Rose is up there also on 5 under. Ray Horschel 2 under alongside Vermeister. Number 1 Scotty Scheffler. Projected cut still at 5 over par.
71 players, 5 overall better, so the chances are.
Let's head back out to the course. To Dave and Rob.
Thank you, Ali. Yeah, Rob McIntyre's tee shot on this par 3 14 played 200 yards today. Wind is still ferocious, still makes his tee shot so these long par 3s coming over. Feels like a mile off the shoulder, which will be not far off his shoulder. Still balancing up on the tee. Just backed off a couple of times. Just trying to make absolutely sure we've seen all 3 of these players do this with regularity these last few holes because the wind is so quick. Now McIntyre sends his tee shot high towards this 14th green, bounces just in front. Oh, he was a bit unlucky, it was brilliant. And it's still rolling, and it's still rolling off that right-hand bunker. But had it just taken the kick forward it deserved, it could have been so close, it could have been 2 or 3 feet, but as it stands, it's 12 or 13 feet. It's going to be probably from right to left for birdie, but it's a chance, certainly now. John Rahm is actually buying a very impressive round of golf here. Still level par, 2 over for this Open Championship. If he could just pick up a couple of shots coming home, but it could yet be a factor this weekend, particularly given the way the course is playing. It feels like one of those anything can happen weekends in these conditions. Rahm taking his time as well. Tall figure of Robert Dinwiddie next to me, trying to crane his neck to help us out with sidelines and so on. Rahm's ball bounces just in front of that right-hand bunker. It gathers and it gathers towards the hole. That's as good as you'll get. Rahm, 3 feet, 3.5 feet for birdie here on 40. What a pair of tee shots here. Desperately difficult. And yet Rahm, for a moment, I know Rob was the same next to me. For a moment, I thought that had a chance. Now, Tommy Fleetwood. Can he get close as well? Can he get closer? Great action out here on 14 Fleetwood. Pin high, left of the pin. Very, very good, but not quite the excellence of John Rahm. And the first one from McIntyre. But just talk us through those quickly.
Just excellent shots, you know, the 14, the first par 3 in the back nine, downwind off the left 200 yards, pins tucked sort of middle right, just behind the corner of the green side bunker on that side. Very little landing area, you know, they're trying to land it in this front section of a sort of bulb-shaped sort of green, which is only about 10 yards wide, and both of them did it really well. Rahm's ball feeding in off that little slope that the pins tucked behind. Gorgeous shots on such a tough hole.
Absolutely, and again the gallery, just great to see him. Great to see the drama there as Rahm's ball gathered towards the hole, and you wondered where it was going. But as it stands, he's got a great birdie opportunity, and we'll be back for those birdie putts, Ali.
Good stuff. Really, really impressive tee shots there. Let's head back out to the course to check on Matty and Harriet. How are your group doing?
There's all kinds of action out here on the 12th hole. First of all, we can tell you Max Holmes' ball did find itself buried deep inside of the course. They couldn't find it. To Fred's questioning of a gorse bush, Freddie, they say, of course, that is the hedge that lines the gates of hell. And it was that for Max Homa, so he's now on the left side of the hole playing his provisional shot, and that ended up going left in some very heavy hay.
There's 5 lanes
watch
here.
from the middle of the fairway. Terrell Hatton from about 150 yards playing effectively about 185, 190, and that went right. And there's some really deep grass on that right side. We will mention to you that Terrell was carrying his own bag as he was walking down the middle of the fairway. He smiled and he mumbled that he deserved to be carrying his own bag after the trouble on 11. Perhaps he will need to carry it on 13 as well. Rory McIlroy, he went way left off the tees while found himself so far left he's actually down in the matted down part of the rough. From there he had a nice second shot left at about 30 feet short left of the putting surface. And then remember the second shot at 12 is uphill. It is dead into the wind. So here, and we will work to sort it all out for you as we get closer to the green. All right, Harry. So take us through the options that we were looking here with Max Homa. You were up there. I was not. They looked for his ball, but they could not find it because of how deep and how thick that gorse hedge is.
Initially, the volunteers thought they had spotted a ball in there, but on further investigation, it wasn't his ball, but it was way into the course. So to be honest, he'd be better off not finding it. But his provisional ball wasn't a whole lot better over on the other side in deep rough on the left-hand side. He's hacked that towards the green, but we're not there yet.
Okay, here's where we stand right now, Allison. Terrell Hatton is +3. Max Homa is +5. Rory McIlroy is +13. And we'll see how it all finishes out when the hole is done.
We know anything can happen. Still a few holes to go. We'll keep tabs on every single group. Our guys out on the course. We've got Fred and Paul Eels in the studio with me. Great to have your company. Listening to the Open Radio. You can email us at radio@theopen.com. It's on TikTok, Twitter at the Open, hashtag the Open Radio, Facebook the Open as well. The Open app, website is everywhere. 87.9 FM in the local area. TalkSport 2 in the UK as well. We're heading back out to check on Bob McIntyre's birdie opportunity, hopefully, with Rob.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we've got after those terrific shots into the par 3-14s from McIntyre and Rahm. We're just watching McIntyre make his final preparations for his chance. He's sort of dead in line with the flag, just short of it. Might be a slightly tricky read because he's sort of coming off the corner of the bunker that eats into the front right section of the screen. Ball's on its way, on its way, on its way. Oh, I think, God, he really scared the hole with it. It hasn't got, but it is still a 3 on this hole, which he probably would have taken on the tee, almost most definitely. You're playing so strongly downwind, it's so difficult to even hold the screen. Rahm made it look easy. He's got this 3-footer, which he's in over pretty quickly. This will get him back to 1 over for the championship. No, he's fooled me slightly. He went into a couple of practice throws next to it to get a feel for it. He's now back having one last look at the line. Here he goes now for a birdie 2 at the 14th for John Rahm from about 4 feet. And it's in. Well done, John Rahm. That's an excellent 2 on this difficult hole, and he'll head to the 15th tee at 1 over par for the championship. Fleetwood unfortunately missed his birdie putt from about 30 feet. And he's just sending over his return putt now to make his par. Try and stay at over, so it's a 3 for Fleetwood. And McIntyre will remain at 7 over, still battling to try and make this halfway cut at the Open Championship.
Yep, the battle continues. It's 18:44, and you're listening to the Open Radio. Tickets for the Curtis Cup, Sunnydale are on sale now. Don't miss the intensity, drama, and passion of Great Britain and Ireland versus the USA in this historic matchup in women's amateur golf, where winners are
It's
crowned.
amazing. 4 or 5 lanes wide, 60 miles from the,
at R&D.org.
50 miles from the city.
Most trucking companies are hiring. So why should you consider a move to Creek Carrier or Schaefer Trucking? Just ask our drivers.
Very simply, I wish I'd have found it in the beginning. Best company, bar none. You know, I'm able to support a house, a family, a car, and, you know, I'm able to do other things and still have, you know, revenue at the end of the week.
Visit us at creekcarrier.com or call pound 250, keyword Creek. Hi, I'm Dr. Dino Kahn, and as you know, Invita Medical Center has been transforming cancer with the highest form of personalized treatment and the newest technology. Today, I'm proud to announce the first ever nationwide employer healthcare plan that gives you access to the best doctors, hospitals, and first ever integrative medicine, all while reducing your costs. Finally break free from the constraints of rising costs and large insurance companies. To learn more, visit us at invitahealth.com, ENVITA health.com.
Welcome to Mizuno's new age of performance. Between the ST Max driver, the JPX Hot Metal family, and the striking new Mizuno Pro line of irons, the bar for beauty, feel, and distance has never been set higher. Visit MizunoGolf.com to find the local fitter to help you find your unique swing DNA with the Shaft Optimizer. This will ensure that every club in the bag is perfectly fit and built for you. Only then will you understand why countless players trust and continue to preach nothing feels like a Mizuno.
Here's Brooke Burke for Skechers' new Workout Walker footwear.
Do you know the world's #1 most popular form of exercise? It's walking. And one company has you covered. Skechers, the comfort technology company, with their newest performance walking sneaker, Skechers Workout Walker. Because the Skechers Workout Walker is fully loaded to get the most out of your walk, including a carbon-infused plate in the sole to add more spring to your step. Find Skechers Workout Walker for men and women at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
When you reach for a T-Series iron, you were pulling more than a piece of equipment. You were choosing a club built with a deep understanding of the game, working with tour pros and dedicated amateurs. The Titleist team attacks every facet of every T-Series iron. So whether you want effortless speed, exceptional feel, or precise control, T-Series offers everything you need to construct your ideal iron setup. Go to Titleist.com to explore a complete lineup and find a fitter near you. New T-Series irons from Titleist.
If you want to make a full-time income trading but can't find the right system, listen up. I'm Todd Randy with Wealth Builders Institute, and today I want to give you a $500 options video training lesson for free. This extremely valuable video will show you how my TSO method follows the lead of the professional traders, the same experts making millions of dollars a year. I've used this for 25 years to make a full-time income living in countries across the world and enjoying lifestyle freedom. So if you failed with other trading systems, they're probably just too complicated or they flat out don't work. My TSO method is as simple as 1, 2, 3. One strategy, 2 hours a day, trading just 3 stocks. So why does it work so well? Because we ride the coattails of big money on Wall Street. And when my rules line up, 75% of the time, the price changes direction, creating a profit opportunity. So if you want to learn how to spot these big money reversals, call 800-881-5252 now to get your free copy of my book, Get Paid, Learn to Trade. Plus, I'll include the $500 video lesson for free. No credit card required. Call 800-881-5252. 800-881-5252. 800-881-5252. From a classic road trip to a relaxing weekend getaway, South Carolina is the perfect vacation destination. Start planning your trip today at discoversouthcarolina.com. You're listening to coverage of the 2024 Open Championship on Sirius XM 92 and on the Sirius XM app.
All day long to not even get through Texas.
What about Brian Harbour there? Current Open champion.
Brian Harmon's a good player, you know, really made well for these conditions. Doesn't exactly have the longest ball, but a great putter.
Yeah, he's really good to watch. We'll update you with everything that's happening very soon. You're listening to Open Radio. Great to have your company in the closing stages, I suppose, of this second round. Players out there scrambling to make the cut as another jet goes over us. Let's head back out to Harry Hewitt. I think it's is it a bogey putt out there?
It is bogey putt for Terrell Hatton there on 12. It's all got a bit messy. Missed the green right, then overshot was chipped to the left, and he's overshot this one about 12 feet past the hole. So 12 feet right to left here for his bogey 5. The ball's on the way, tracking towards the hole. Has he got it? Oh no, just burns the lip on the right hand side. So sloppy 6 points back down the fairway, as if to gesture at the hole. He doesn't really like this hole, but disappointing double bogey there for Terrell Hatton, and it's going to drop him back from +3 to now +5. So he again, like others, is right on the cut line there. Rory McIlroy up next. Beautiful pitch from just short of the screen. Has a 2 or 4 feet past the hole there. Quick downhill putt here for Rory. He's been very solid in fairness since maybe his 6th. I think he's knocked out bars all the way from 7 onwards, but solid golf he had, creating the opportunities where he was ever going to get back into this tournament. So McIlroy strikes it down the hill. And yeah, good putt for Rory, very good 4. He remains +13 for the championship, battling away here on the back line.
Thank you very much indeed. If you've been keeping an eye on Bryson, Fred, how's he doing?
Bryson, a great rally after his poor start, and is trying to rally. But when you're 4 over very, very early in the round, it is very difficult to come back. That's what he's trying to do. Bunkered out here, trying to get this up and down. This at the 14th hole. That's the par 3 play, 197. Has to get this elevated in a hurry to a green that runs away. Oh, he's done well there. Absolutely, that's a good shot. That's good go from good to very good. They can be 4 feet away. It's an excellent shot. As I said, he got off to a terrible start in the championship and has battled his way back. I think he's good enough to make the weekend.
Yeah, that would be good to see because he has an awful lot of fans around the world and enjoy his golf. Love the radio broadcast while cutting lawns. There's a lot of people doing gardening while they're listening to our coverage. I'll be out at our links course, Royal and ancient Chappaquiddick later today, hoping it's less windy than June. And that's from Bill Panic. Hope I got your name right, Bill. Apologies if I didn't. Currently playing 9 holes at my home course, the Big Lagarde Golf Club, while listening to the best broadcast on the game. Okay, Fred, it's happening at the 16th here for Neiman.
Joaquin Neiman with the long distance putt, trying to roll that up. Really a golf ingenue. Not so much talent on the PGA Tour. He's one of the live golfers. Just left that long birdie putt short to the right-hand side. There's the captain for Joaquin Neiman. I think Joaquin has the game to win a major someday. I don't think it's going to happen this week, but someday Joaquin Neiman is going to win a weekend championship.
We've seen him actually intermittently making some really good putts out there.
Yeah, he's a talented player. I think a really good ball striker. Came on tour at such a young age, just a teenager. Just from my perspective on the PGA Tour, I'm really disappointed that I don't get to see him more. I'm not saying that was a wrong decision for him to make, just personally selfish myself. I miss him.
Out to David Robb with McIntyre.
Bob McIntyre, right half of this 15th fairway, 123 yards in here for McIntyre. What's he done? Has he stopped it? He has. 12 feet from the hole. He'll have that birdie chance to get back to 6 over. Now John Rahm has whaled a drive down here. He has 103 yards left. Now, just a slight descriptive thing. Those cricket fans of a certain generation will remember the likes of George Headley, the Great Western Indian Open. They used to get down on one knee. Now in comes his second shot from 103 yards to this par-4 15th hole, and Rahm closes that up. He stops it, and Rahm will have a chance from the 8 or 9 feet for his birdie here on 15. Tommy Fleetwood at the back of this 15th green. Good chances again for Rahm and McIntyre. Now Rahm, remember, is 1 under for his round today. If he could birdie here and pick up a birdie on 16, he is right in this championship.
Yeah, we're seeing some really good golf from that group now. Paul Hartwell showing off really what they're made of now.
Absolutely, when there's something to fight, things that the momentum are going your way, it's amazing what these great players can do. They just need the juices to flow. But we've seen the opposite in the Rory group, haven't we, where Max Homer and Rory seem to be going all over the Ayrshire coast playing this golf course.
Fred?
And Brian Harmon for birdie. This is right in his wheelhouse, just outside of 10 feet. A little hook putt rolls it in. Boy, that was a left-hander putt, slightly uphill, breaking from left to right. He just poured that home. He is a great putter. Challenge distance-wise off the tee.
Weird that traffic's
he is a fighter that will run through the finish line. He moves to
decent going
+4.
into the city.
So he will be here tomorrow. Things keep going smoothly. Just the second birdie today. Not seen too many birdies out on the course today. It's just been about getting through, really, Paul, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. That's certainly the endurance, and as we've been saying, you know, take the big numbers off the scorecard. Easy to say, but sometimes a bogey is a very good score. Pars are definitely worth the weight in gold, and if you can get a birdie, well, that's a huge bonus today.
Yeah, we'll catch up with our guys out on the course very, very shortly as another plane goes by. We've got an email from Oslo in Norway. Thank you very much indeed for contacting us, Philippe. Very nice to hear from you. I'm glad you're enjoying the coverage so much. We have a hello from Mount Olive. Is that in Illinois? I'm not sure. Listening to the great coverage all day while I'm walking and delivering mail, and that's from Matteo. Thank you very much indeed for getting in touch with us. Making the long road trip this morning from Lake Tahoe to Los Angeles. Thank you for making the ride so enjoyable. And that's from Jack. And I think Fred leaving us for a little while. We'll catch up with you later on. And it's really nice to spend a couple of hours with you. Let's get back out to the course with...
What?
I think we still want 75.
Dave.
Yeah, John Rock fools you.
Yeah.
Because even Rob Maria, you know,
75
long that goal, he gets full back, then he stands up to...
This is still in the 85 south.
There's another look and steps back. Now, he's over this putt. 12 feet. On this 15th green, this the 10 to level beyond this Open Championship. This to give him a season of real momentum.
675.
It's been a
What was the number?
day, a really impressive
85?
This to make it spark
85 south, yeah.
on 15. Rahm rolls the putt forward. He likes it, he loves it.
John Rahm back to level par for this Open Championship. John Rahm right in this Open Championship.
Bob McIntyre, beg your pardon, has hit two great shots down this hole. Bombed his tee shot again. We've seen quite a few of those this afternoon, even though his score says he's 6 over par for the day, 7 over par for the championship. He has played a lot of excellent golf. He followed that tee shot up with a lovely wedge shot into this back left pin position. 16th at 6 over par for the championship.
Yep, that group really setting the championship alight, but they're fighting really to A, to make the cut, and B, to be part of the leaderboard, but no impact on that leaderboard at all. We haven't seen any changes there, have we, Paul?
No, but that the projected cut has now gone up to 6 over, so there are now currently 82 players on 6 over or better, so it looks like it's going to fall around about there. The +7s are probably going to say goodbye, but...
And we're just seeing a replay of that great putt. Rupert Bell has now joined us. Great to see you, Rupert. That was fabulous, wasn't it?
Who was out watching Robert McIntyre earlier on? He sounded doom and gloom earlier on. And, fruity was the language at times because he was frustrated with himself. But great to see, as he always talks about, I'll keep on fighting. And that's what he's doing at the moment.
That is his mantra.
Can I just say, you've got a bit of a tan this afternoon. Well, you've got a little windswept look about you. You've got a bit of Scottish tan.
Windswept and interesting.
Windswept, something like that. I'm sure about interesting. Definitely windswept.
And I have to say, the sun, I can see some shadows out on the course. So the sun is trying. It is trying on a lovely evening here on the Ayrshire coast on this second round of the Open Championship win.
And we appreciate all of our coverage today from our colleagues here on the Open Championship on Open Radio. With Brendan DeYoung and Ramey Burns, I'm Taylor Zarzer. We're going to take it over for the next couple of hours here from the Marine and Lawn Hotel at Royal Troon, just right next to the 18th fairway, as you listen to the 152nd Open on Sirius XM.
You are listening to PGA Tour Radio, brought to you by Shape Precision Eyewear, the fastest growing sunglass brand.
In 600 feet, merge onto I-75 South, I-85 South.
This is Open Championship Radio on Sirius XM.
Larry settles over it now. This for a round of 69. This for a two-shot lead in the Open Championship. And it's in! What a way for Shane Lowry to finish on Friday. He holds one when it matters on 18. Lowry 69.
Continue on I-75 South for 7 miles.
Then Lowry did that, and the lead is still 2. Lowry, the 2019 champion from Royal Portrush, shot 66 yesterday, the 69 this morning. He has the lead through 36 holes in the Open. Dan Brown playing in his first ever Open Championship. He was the outright leader after 18 holes. He came back today with a 1/72. He's tied for second with Justin Rose. While there have been better scores that have been turned in so far in this Open, I don't know that anybody's performance was better than Rosie's this afternoon when he shot 68 in tougher, windy conditions. Rose is tied with Brown in second, also at 5 under. Scotty Scheffler is tied for 4th at 2 under. Xander Schauffele is 1 under par. John Rahm has a terrific round going this afternoon in windy conditions. He's 2 under the 15 holes, playing the par 5 16th. He's even par and tied for 11th. Brooks Koepka tied for 14th. So is Colin Morikawa. And then there's the story of Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods. They're both missing the cut this week. Rory, who is the second best odds coming into this event, has not won a major in 10 years, isn't going to make the cut, and neither is Tiger Woods. Tiger, it shoots 79 and 77, 14 over, and Rory McIlroy is out there on the course with 13 over par. That is the story here on a Friday evening in South Ayrshire, Scotland, in the town of Troon on the midwestern coast of Scotland. Brendan DeYoung played in this event 10 years ago, and I know you love being back here watching these players play in these proper British conditions.
I think that is the word that we've used all week, Taylor, is proper. And it has been. It's been proper open conditions. The day started a little bit overcast, not a whole lot of wind. Then the sun showed up, and so did the wind. And I mean, it absolutely howled in the middle of the afternoon for a good 3-4 hour stretch. And then as we sort of move into this evening, it's perhaps died maybe just a little bit.
It has. There certainly was a correct side of the draw and a wrong side of the draw. If you played late yesterday and early today, you had a significant advantage, as it was almost 5 shots easier to play at that draw than it was in the one that the players are playing in right now.
Well, and you talked about Justin Rose in the Open. He was one of those guys that was in the wrong side of that draw. So the fact that he's there, just 2 shots out of the lead and tied for second right now, is just absolutely unbelievable. 1 bogey through 2 rounds in what has been the worst of the conditions is just fantastic golf.
Brendan, let's bring in our favorite Irishman, the great Raymond Burns. Ramey, you watched and you made the call right here on Sirius XM 5 years ago, I guess, when Shane Lowry, your countryman, won the Open at Royal Portrush, and here he is again in the lead through 36 holes. You've been out there watching him. We'll hear the interview you did with him in just a moment. What do you think of what he's done?
Just the way he conducted himself in the golf course, the way he played. It's his rhythm that I like so much about Shane. You know, you can have your swings, you can have all your coaches around the world, but when you go out here in this golf course, you throw all those things to the bin. You just got to go out, find your ball, swing. You've got so many different types of shots to play. For your listeners back in the United States and all over the world, the amount of wind that was out there today and the different shots that you have to play, downhill, uphill, side hill lies, into gales, out of gales, and the way he conducted himself around the golf course. And look, it could have been a 64. I think 69 was the worst score Shane had to have put ahead.
We're going to go through his highlights. Before we do that, we are going to tell you what John Rahm does on these last 3 holes. And Brendan, He just took iron off the tee on a 564-yard par 5, and it looked like he still found the penalty area.
There's a burn that runs across the fairway there at 310 yards. So it takes iron to leave it short of that. It just gets a huge first bounce, and it did. It looked like that ball kind of fell in on its last revolution, and John Rahm's not going to be pleased when he gets up there.
Scotland's favorite son, Bob McIntyre, won the Genesis Scottish Open on the other coast of Scotland over